Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do The Brave and the Bold, issue number 195, starring the Batman and I, Vampire. So this is a book from 1983, and since this, I don't know, Halloween month or something, I saw my boy Justin Ferreira. I'm going to link his channel in the description. He does also a lot of horror month stuff. And I thought to myself, yeah, maybe I should do that a little bit more, right? With, well, in this case, vampires, right? So, this character, I Vampire, Joe Bennett, a guy comes from the 1950s. He was turned into a vampire. He had a lover, and they basically hate each other, want to kill each other. And I believe, I think in the New 52 universe, they resurrected his character for a while, and they, did some comics with his name on it. I Vampire, and I need to get those because I heard those are pretty good. And I was always interested in this character, and what I really don't get is that why DC didn't do anything with this vampire guy. I mean, DC, just like Marvel, has a lot of cool horror characters, and they do nothing with them. It's just, I don't know, it's so weird. Anyway, and of course, classic Batman, my favorite. So let's dive in. It's written by Mike W. Barr and one of my favorite Batman artists, Jim Aparo. Len Wein is the editor. And Adrian Roy is the colorist. So we are here, and we see Mr. Bennett here, and he, talks to himself. Oh man, I didn't even see this little detail. I just see it actually now. And so we see Joe Bennett. He's in Gotham, by the way. The night swallowed the sun in the maw of darkness, and I rose. For 400 years as it's been thus, and the night and I knew each other as old and faithful friends, or perhaps even lovers. Yet even the embrace of a lover may pale, and I longed again all sense to once again see the sun, to feel its warmth on my face, to smell the dews gently glistering on the field of grass. God, how I miss the days. Now, there's a lot of, lines in here that reminds me a little bit. I don't know if you guys, I'm an old guy, right? So I have the PlayStation 1, and it was a game on it that was named the, oh Jesus Christ, why am I forgetting that vampire game? I just remembered a moment ago. Holy shit. Wow. It was an RPG, and later it became some kind of a hack and slash with Legacy of Kain. Yeah, that was it. Blood Omen. That game was not only fantastic, but it has still one of the best voiceovers in games ever. I mean, if you type in, well, not Google, but go to YouTube, type in Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, and type in after that voice or voiceover. Man, those lines, man, it gives me still chills. Anyway, so there's a vampire killing in Gotham, and Joe Bennett goes to, investigate. And there's a couple here, and, and they are being followed by this old man. And we see Joe Bennett turn into a wolf because he thinks that, probably Gotham's Park is the best way to get, some vampire activism or something. But then there's a scream, right? And why am I saying Joe Bennett? Did I say Joe Bennett? Oh my God. Anyway, forget what I said. So it's not the old guy that are the vampires, but it's this young couple. And then this wolf comes rescuing this man. He said, "Is he one of us? Come to share our feast? He's a traitor to our cause." Andrew Bennett. Okay, so Andrew Bennett, is attacking, and it says, "We were warned of his possible interference, and yes, told of the reward for his eternal death. It will be ours, perhaps." As I suspected, she was here as well. There was a valuable bit of information. Yeah, he is looking for his lover because he wants to kill her. There's a whole story behind that, right? So, action time. But this guy is attacking him, but I believe this, I'm not sure if it's the old guy or, well, this woman shoots and has silver bullets, and, and he turned to miss, so the bullet went, didn't phase him anyway. So this guy's gone, and now he's disposing of this girl, that turns to ash. And then he finds this match. How do you call this? Matchbox? It's not really a box, but you know what I mean. And it says Club Dracula, right? Okay, so then he flies away. I'm not sure what happened to the old guy. Maybe he's dead or something. And then we go to, I don't know, some mobster compounds. And it seems that this Mr. Hodges, who's a criminal, his daughter has been bitten. And he suspects that is a vampire. And thus comes the Batman, right? So Batman comes in, this guy says, oh man, no, it's the Batman. Grabs his gun, and then Batman show who is the big boss around here, right? And he says, Batman, thank you for coming. I realize our relationship has not always been amicable. I don't worry about being a good neighbor to gangsters, Hodges. So he says, well, basically he wants to have his help because his daughter is dying, probably. And Batman says, hey, I overheard your conversations. He says, if that's true, it makes her the only victim who's survived. Commissioner Gordon and the Board of Health should be told. I don't care about them, Batman. I only care about my daughter. I can't lose her. Now that I finally have time to be a father for her. Where do I fit in? I propose a deal, Batman. You use your scientific and detective knowledge to cure my daughter, and I handle your entire file on Johnny Gunnarson, Johnny the Gun. That is tempting. All right, it's a deal, Hodges. But how do I know you won't go back on your word? You and Johnny are pretty tight. Yes, we are associates, Batman. But that's business, and this is blood. So, okay, so this nurse hears up, and she's contacted Johnny Gunnarson. She's a traitor. All right. So Batman goes to the morgue, and Commissioner Gordon is here, and they examine the teeth and, about the vampire killing. So Batman has an idea, and he is, doing the Batman thing. And Jim says, Lord, it's good to be back. Meanwhile, in the Blood Club, or Vampire Dracula Club, Bennett says, Dracula, how I hate that name. For decades, his image has softened and romanticized the plague that is vampirism, when in truth it is a curse that makes eternal damnation seems a welcome relief by comparison. The dialogue I like it. It's pretty sharp. So he goes in, and there's some, I don't know, random people here, and right? And so this guy noticed him, and he says, hey, there's some new blood, baby. Watch me put a bite on him. Do it, Mark. Greetings, mortal. I haven't a bite in days. May I? And he said, what? And he attacks him, and there's some, fake teeth. Put me down, man. He says, I was just kidding, No need to freak out on me. And he says, I'm sorry. No problem. Hey, are you joining us for a Bloody Mary? My name is Tanner, and I do not. Not tonight. Oh, excuse me. So he sits down, but he senses that there's other vampires in the room, right? That's basically his goal. He's gonna probably eradicate them. So he's ordering a drink, and then this, I don't know, is this criminal bouncer here or whatever, sees that Batman swoops in, and he changes, right? So he's doing his old Batman shtick, has a rubber mask over his mask. I miss those days when Batman does that. So, and then he's ratting him, to, I don't know, his buddies, I guess. So he goes in. Seems a little bit strange to be checking out fake vampires where there may be real ones about. But that's the key to saving Hodges' daughters. The marks on the throat weren't made by real teeth. They were too much regular for that. They were made by cheap fake fangs, and this club's got a corner on that market. So yeah, he realizes it's not a real vampire. It's just rubber teeth, I guess. But there's a catch. So Bennett here has been made, and so Batman's getting approached by the other guys because they know it's Batman, and Bennett also, and So Batman realizes that he's going to be dead if he is going outside. So he's attacking Bennett also. So this is going to be a fight. Really cool, right? And so yeah, so back and going forth. And this guy, did you see that current turn into a... Look out, Mark. Out of my way, son. And it's just question mark, out of the frying pan, into the fire. For now I could sense that these men carried no silver, and thus their bullets did not more damage than would a passing breeze. Damn, I love this very 1500s dialogue. I mean, that they are talking in this kind of way. It makes me smile a little bit. So Batman realizes also that he has a lot of experience with vampires lately because, well, in this older book he's still dealing with vampires. So he had a cross and people screaming, and he says, another one back. I heard of you, Batman, and I wondered how I would prove my intentions should our path cross. And now I know. These gunmen prove no threat to me, but I disposed of them. But they endanger innocence besides yourself. Keep talking. My name is Andrew Bennett. For 400 years I walked the earth, spoiling the plans of my former lover Mary and a vampiric conspiracy, the Blood Red Moon. I believe them to be here in Gotham now, preying on your city, Batman, your people. Join me in my struggle, and if my Mary finally dies, then you may use that and cross on me. Indeed, I will beg you to it. So cool. All right, so they're gonna team up, right? And Batman is approaching this goon, and he says, hey, I got some fake teeth here. Go to the doctors of that criminal, to Dr. Weems. Tell him to check the dried saliva on the teeth for traces of blood virus the owner of the fangs is carrying. He bit Hodges' daughters playing Dracula and infected her. Fortunately, there is still time. Oh, and tell him to put that nurse under restraints too. I think she's a spy. But don't hurt her, okay? So Bennett says here, hey, what are you waiting for? And he says, oh, no, he's a real vampire. Really cool. So yeah, they're teaming up and they are flying to, I don't know, the location where Mary is, I guess, right? And Bennett says, I realized for the second time in many minutes that this man was hardly more than human than I was, for he was easily my equal in obsession. Yet he possesses no supernatural abilities, and he was lonely, as was I. What tragedy was there in his past that made him drive him so? What made him choose the solitary world of the Batman? I did not know, and I doubt I will ever would. Man, is this line great or what? Right? Straight out of a horror film or a dramatic, play or something. So, okay, Mary is here, and so they basically realize that Gunnarson, Jonathan Gunnarson, is involved because his goons were at the club, right? So Batman has a lead, and so they go into this house and they split up, right? So Bennett here, is meeting up with Mary, and he says, Mary, I realize I sworn a blood oath to slay you. Or you realize? And he says, yes, Andrew, and I you. And so Batman goes in and he's being shot. And glad to see you have any loss of your skill, Gunnarson. Thank you, Batman. But as you see, I added a new wrinkle as well. Gunnarson, what have you done? You were scum. True. But at least you were human. And then he's shooting at it. But Batman, doing this. And he's stabbing him, and he screams. I love this with the shadow thing. And he says, "You have slain me, Batman, but you're going with me." And you see the face of Batman. I love it because back in the day in the 80s, they did this a lot with this very, shocked look. Also in the Batman, you don't see that in comics anymore, which is unfortunately. So okay, Bennett here is dealing with his ex-wife, girlfriend, I guess, and he wants to spray her with holy water. So and then hears the voice of the Batman. Well, not Batman, but the other one. And then she is escaping, right? Because, she must survive. Farewell, Andrew, for now. And he says, "No! Damn you, creature! Let him... Bennett, no! His bullets are..." And then he screams because it's silver and he's getting hurt. And he says, "Are silver." This great line here, man. "In the year of our Lord 1591 I died. In the year 1982 I died again. And forever." Oh, it's so good. This is so good. But then, no, it's not really the end, because he got a blood transfusion. And yeah, Batman saved him. And, this criminal saved also Batman because he didn't, kill him when he was weak or something. And he says, how is the girl?" says Bennett. So she is fine and dandy. And this criminal says, "Hey, I'm going to stop doing, I'm going to be a dad, I'm going to make everything all right." So Bennett says to Batman, "The Blood Red Moon has been defeated in this city, but there are others. I must go. Me too, I still have to convince Gordon to put stakes through the hearts of all those vampire murder victims. The Major Hodges office will hate it, but it has to be done." So they're saying goodbye, right? And Bennett thinks, "It has gone well. Gotham was safe. Lives has been spared, and I have made an ally, and possibly a friend. And knowing that, the mantle of the night seemed not so heavy after all." The end. Is this cool or what? I enjoyed this very much. This is a cool short story. Vampires, I always love, vampire stories and all that stuff. And it's good to see to see Andrew Bennett again as Vampire. I want to see more of this guy. I'm gonna track down the other books, and maybe we're gonna take a look at them if I get a hold of them. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this. See you next time. Bye bye.